Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. They will be led out by their second-year quarterback, the third QB taken in 2018, Sam Darnold.
Well, he started his season the way that everyone wants to start their season, with an absolute bang. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Let's see where he goes from here.
Set the bar high. Week 2, we'll see what he can do. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6. Just inside the 30.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Back to throw, Darnold. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And got him in. It's Woods. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. A first down carry by Elliott. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Herb Smith Jr. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. The numbers there in last week's game for Smith. 4 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
Now Darnold. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Oh.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Herb Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still play.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And now a look at the offense for Jacksonville.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people, because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers, because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to roam and hit.
Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there.
He was taken down by Mason Foster.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Still 2nd down.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 9 good yards here on the run, and now 3rd down.
It's a gain of 9.
For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars nothing.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. You gonna get this, boy?
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. Telvin Smith, he was third in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You ain't going nowhere.
Faking the give, Darnold. And that's Elliott, complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Texans push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
We got this.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game planned for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So they keep on the ground with Elliott. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. The Texans on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here.
Still 1st down.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled out a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
To throw it is Locke. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Locke going to throw, and he finds his tight end, Graham. And he goes out right around the 39.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Play action. Now it's Locke. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D4 just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that takes us from second to third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Clock now on first down. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Marquise Goodwin as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
Down. And Lobo. Rip right. Get it.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it. but not much thereafter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Breida. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Darnold from the gun. That one complete. Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On first down, Elliott. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Elliott. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
3rd and 2, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the run.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up fourth.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition can... some other places. They're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Clock now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come, and that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? You go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
This is Breida. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
When you're trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Throwing on second down. Lock.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Lock, and that is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, they changed things up on first down, trying to throw the ball. Incomplete. So they come back on second down and say, forget that. Hand it off to the big man. And he ends up making it a manageable 3rd down.
And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field.
70, Indy. Yeah, let's get sack lunch. Deep grip.
Lock now on first down. Man open, it's Goodwin. 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Not today, you won't. Not today.
Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. To the air again, Darnold. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Let's go.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Throwing again is Darnold. James has got it. Complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Darnold throwing complete to Crowder. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Anderson. He's got it on the draw. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Darnold on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And got a man. It's Woods. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now Elliott. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw is Darnold. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And the pressure gets to him again. Devin Bush. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And some room to roam now. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
We got this.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And